All right, inshallah, let's begin. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inshallah, today we will continue with our concept of attached pronouns with haruf. And last class, what we looked at four particular haruf in particular. We looked at fi, bi, ala, and ila. And the impact that they have on the nouns that come after them is that it changes the last haraka of the noun into a kasra. And when these four haruf jar attach themselves to a pronoun, okay, then it causes the first letter of that pronoun to change into a haraka. And they're only able to make that impact on the third person pronoun, right? Hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna. And out of these third pronouns, it affects the all except the ha one. Okay, that one doesn't change. So is that clear? We're clear for this, right? So today we are going to look at some more haruf jar. We're going to look at ka, which means like. No, it's not working. Subhanallah. Okay, there we go. So ka means like, li means for or to, and hatta means until. You have seen these come in the Quran. Wa in the beginning, like wal asr, right? And ta, like tallahi, like these are used to swear, like I swear by, right? So wa when it comes in the middle of a word, middle of a sentence, then it means and. But when wa comes in the beginning of a sentence, then it is used for swearing. Min means from, okay? And sometimes it's used as comparative then as well. And an means about or from about, okay? So today we're going to look at these 6 more haruf and what happens to them when they come before a noun or a pronoun. Now, these prepositions that you're seeing above you, they have the same effect on the nouns, meaning they cause the noun that comes after to change its haraka. Okay? So, but it does not show its effect on the pronouns. Okay? This is the difference between these 6 prepositions compared to the prepositions we learned yesterday, that these 6 have the effect on the noun that cause the noun to change its haraka, the last letter's haraka. But these nouns, these prepositions are unable to make that impact on the pronouns. So any pronoun that will come after or attached to these prepositions, it will be unchanged. Does that make sense? Let's look at some example. For example, we have min and Allah. The word min means from, right? And Allahu. So when it comes together, min Allahi, from Allah, min caused the last letter of the word Allah to change its haraka to a kasra. Okay? It became min Allahi. Now, if you remember, we learned be yesterday. Be meant with. And if I were to attach who, which means it or him, with be, yesterday it would have turned into be he, right? That's what we learned. But these 6 prepositions, they're unable to make that change on the pronoun. So when I attach min with who, it stays min who. It does not affect the ha. It does not change its haraka. It does not become min he. That would be incorrect. It stays min who. Do you understand? It stays minhu. It does not impact or change the haraka. So far with me? Okay. Now the preposition li, which means for, the preposition li, which means for, changes to Allah when it is followed by all the pronouns except the singular pronoun for a single first person singular pronoun. Okay, now let me elaborate on this on a different page for you guys to make it clear what I mean by this. Okay, all right. Now you have seen the preposition li in the Quran quite a lot, right? Lillahi. Okay, right? So li means for, or it can also mean to. Now this li, when it comes attached, when a pronoun attaches to this li, okay, there's a change. What is the change? The pronoun causes it to have a fatha now. Okay, so instead of li, it becomes la. So basically, la is equal to li. The meaning is same. It also means for. It also means for. But it becomes la when a pronoun is attached to it. Okay, so for example, I have the pronoun who, and I want to attach li. I want to say for him. I want to say for him. I cannot, can I say li who? No, that would be incorrect. I would say lahu. Okay? You're understanding me? Then I have the preposition, the pronoun ha, which means her, and I want to say for her. I want to say for her. So can I say liha? Would that be correct? No, that would be incorrect. It would be laha. Will it change the meaning? No, it will not change the meaning. It does not change the meaning. Okay? Then we know the preposition huma. What does that mean? Them too, right? So I want to say li huma for them too. Can I say li huma? Is that correct? Is this correct or is this wrong? No, it is wrong. It will be la huma. It will be la huma. It will be wrong. Okay? Good. Now let's look at more examples. Now I have the preposition whom. What does that mean? Them, right? And I want to say for them. I want to say for them because li is the harf jar I want to add to it. Will I say lihum? Is this correct or is this wrong? It's wrong. It will become lahum because li changes into la. Li changes into la when a pronoun is attached to it. And the meaning stays the same. Okay. Let's look at, now this was the third person examples, right? Same thing with hunna. I want to say for them, females. How will I say it? I will say lahunna. Okay? That would be correct. Now, I want to say for you. The pronoun I'm using is ka. Ka means you. I want to say for you. I've got this gift for you. Will I say lika? Is this correct? Nope. It will be laka for you. It will be laka. Okay. What if I want to say, like I'm talking to a female and I want to give her the gift and I say ki. I want to say for you. Can I say leaky? It doesn't even sound right. Is this correct? No, it will be lucky. Lucky. Very good, Shamim, Sister Shamim. Lucky. What's the difference between laka and lucky? What's the difference? What's the difference between the two? Between the difference between laka and lucky? Gender. Very good, Rafiqa. Good job, Rabia. Alhamdulillah. Good job. You guys are getting it. Look at you guys. MashaAllah. Okay. Then I have the pronoun kuma. What does that mean? I want to attach they, no, them too, for them too. Okay. Oh, sorry, you two. My bad. My bad. You two. Good job, Munaza. You got it right. I got confused. Kuma is you two. Okay. So I want to gift you two for you two. I will say la kuma. Okay. Kum, you all. For you all, I will say lakum. Make sense? Right? Then what if I have Lee for us? I've got a gift for us, all of us. How will I combine it? I will say Lena, Lena for us, Lena for us. What if, here is the exception, I've got a gift for myself. I've got a gift for myself. So Lee plus ya, how will can I change the haraka on the lam now? No. This is the exception where it will stay Lee. So Lee will be written as same way for me. Okay? So all the attached pronouns, when they will attach with Lee, they will change Lee to Allah, except one pronoun, which is ya. So this is the exception that you need to remember. Is that clear? Very good. So let me review. If you see him in the Quran and whom in the Quran, are they the same or different words? Hmm? Is him or whom same or different? Remember yesterday's lesson. They are the same. Their meaning is the same. Why is the haraka different here? Most likely there was a harf jar before it. Okay, that caused it to change. If you see la or li in the Quran, are they the same or different? They are the same. Their meaning is the same. With this one, most likely, why is this la? Because there's a pronoun that got attached after it. Make sense? Very good. Very good job, mashallah. Mashallah. Now, there are some words in Arabic language. So far, let's quickly review, okay? Let's quickly review. What are the letters that we learned today? So ka means like. That's the preposition we learned today. Li for, hatta until, right? Wow and ta in the beginning of a letter being used for swearing, right? Which would mean by, basically. Then you've got min, which means from. And then you've got an, which means about. These six pronouns, sorry, not pronouns, these six prepositions have the same effect on the noun. They cause the noun to change its haraka in the last letter. However, these prepositions have no impact on pronouns, meaning they don't change the haraka on the pronoun. The pronoun has an impact on one of them, which is this. The rest don't change and don't cause any change to the pronoun. Do not cause an apparent change to the pronoun. So, for example, as we discussed, if you have min attached to whom, it will not be min him. It will stay min whom. But instead, if you had be with whom, it will become be him. Okay? So what are the pronouns? Sorry, what are the prepositions that cause the change to a noun and a pronoun? Those are the ones we discussed yesterday. So the harf jar that cause change to a noun and pronoun are four. Okay? Which are ila, ala, fi, and bi. Okay? But the pronouns that only cause change to the noun, so harf jar, the ones that only change noun, no impact on pronoun, are six that we learned today. What are those six? They are ka, li, hatta, ka, li, hatta, wa or ta, min, and an. Is that clear? Okay. Now, let's look at some of the examples from the Quran to make things more clear, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Ready? Tallahi laqad alimtum. Tallahi, can you find a preposition? There's a preposition, ta. Tallahi, what did this preposition cause? The lafzul jalala, the word Allah has, the last letter has been changed into a haraka. So the translation is by Allah. So checks out based on what we just learned, right? وَالْعَصْرِ. Why is it ending with a kasra? Because of a waw in the beginning, which is the waw of qasam, which translates by the token of time. So it checks out. Minal jinnati wan nasi. Minal, what does min mean? From, right? Minal jinnati. Did it change the noun? Yes, it did. From the jinns and the people. Checks out. وَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةُ وَلِرَسُولِهِ. وَلِلَّهِ. Look at the word lillah. So what is the combination of li and Allahu? Why is it not lallahu? Because this is a noun, not a pronoun. Remember, li changes into la when it is attached to a pronoun. But when li is attached to noun, li has no impact. In fact, li affects the noun and it becomes lillahi. Is that clear? Yes. Why in this case? Why in this case? Because it's coming in the middle of a sentence. Here, wa means and. Here, wa is not the wa of qasam. The wa is of qasam when it only comes in the beginning of a word. Now here, li rasulihi, another word, is a combination of three words. Li plus rasulu plus hu. So, because rasuluhu was put together, which means his messenger, right? So it was rasuluhu, right? This li, the harf jar, impacts the noun, okay? All right. Now, why is this who turned into a he? This is another rule that I will explain to you guys later, okay? I will explain that to you later. So li rasulihi. This li only impacted the rasul, not the who. Why did the who become he? It is another rule of idafa, which inshallah we will study in a later time. Okay? Is that clear? Now, let's look at this word. عن اليمين وعن الشمال. From the right and from the left. An, which means from or about. Both meanings can work for it. اليميني. It changed the kasrah. وعن الشمال. So, checks out. حتى, which means until, which is also a harf jar that we learned today. مطلع الفجر. مطلعي. Instead of مطلعو, it changed its haraka. Okay? أولئك, they are كالأنعام. كالأنعام. So this was ka plus الأنعام. Mu. The haraka changed because of the ka. It changed into a kasra and then together it got written as kal an'ami. Okay? And this ka means like. Clear? And then now we look at the examples of li, which becomes la with all the pronouns except ya. So, innahu, indeed he is, lakum, for you all, aduwwun mubin, an open enemy. Lakum. What does lakum mean? What is lakum combination of? It is a combination of li plus kum. Translates into for you all. Will you get confused now when you see lakum or anywhere li? Li and la mean the same thing. Okay? Lakum dinukum waliya din in Surah Al-Kafirun. Lakum, for you all. This la was originally li. But because of the pronouns addition, the li has become la. And it's lakum dinukum, for you all is your deen. Waliya, and for me is my deen. Now here, let's look at the comparison here. We got lakum, for you all. But we also got liya, for me. Why are they different? Why did we not change the lam here into a la, into a fatha? Why not? They both mean for, because this is the exceptional rule I told you. So within the same ayah, you see the same harf jar manifested in two different ways. It's the same harf jar. La and li are both the same. But the pronoun kum impacted it and it became lam with a fatha. And here, ya mutakallim is the only exception that does not change the li. So it stays li. So it says waliya, and for me is my deen. Do you understand? Or do I need to repeat? Hmm? Do we understand or do I need to repeat, guys? Understand. Very good. Okay. وَإِنَّ and indeed, لَكَ combination of li plus ka turns into laka. Indeed, for you, la ajran is surely a reward. Now I have a question for you. This lamb that is coming attached to ajran, is it the same lamb as the lamb attached to the calf? Is the lamb that is attached to the pronoun laka same as the lamb attached to the noun ajran, la ajran? They clearly look and sound the same. No, they are not the same. But they're both la. You could ask Sister Kiran, they're both la, la. How will I know? The difference, you know the difference because you know the lam fatha la and the kaf fatha ka laka is an attachment of a pronoun with a preposition. So you know originally it was a li. But the la that is attached to ajran is a different lam. It's a lam of ta'keed. It's a lam of ta'keed. That doesn't change. That comes attached like this. Okay? The distinction here is the attachment of the pronoun. And here it's attached to a noun. They are different lambs. All right? Okay. Lahul mulku. Lahul mulku. For him, it was originally li for who. It became lahu. Lahul mulku for him is the kingdom. Okay, I think this is where we will conclude today, inshallah ta'ala. So if there's any questions, inshallah, you can ask me now.